I always wondered to myself how someone could harm such an innocent and cute little creature. Being the animal person I am, I do not understand how anyone in their
My puppy Riley means the world to me, and I could not ever see myself doing anything to hurt or neglect him. I feel like it must take a lot for a person to deliberately harm an animal, and there must be something mentally wrong with them.
For those who do abuse animals, they need to think about this. Imagine being that little animal that loves and cares so much about you and who builds that relationship with you, and then you mistreat it. They may have not even done anything to you to have deserved what you did. No one, whether it's a person or an animal, deserves to be mistreated. I think these people have no heart. Animal cruelty can either be deliberate abuse or simply the failure to take care of an animal properly. Animal cruelty is when someone hurts an animal or does not care for the animal responsibly. It is against the law to be cruel or harm them, even if it is your own pet. It is also called animal abuse or neglect. Neglect is not properly giving the animal the right amount of food, water, or shelter, or veterinary care they need. Because their misery goes on for so long, animals who die of neglect can suffer just as much as animals that are harmed on purpose. Animal cruelty is a serious thing, and I do not think people realize how common it really is. Some of these abusers don't do it intentionally. Some don't realize what they are doing until it has been done. Many of these people do not know what they are doing is cruel. For example, they keep their dog on a short chain all the time without realizing the dog needs better shelter. Or they keep them contained in small cages for hours and hours. Or they don't provide them with the proper things they need. Some people need to be more aware of how they are treating their animals, like leaving them outside for long periods of time with no water, or like when we get mad at what they have done in the house, like having an accident, and then disciplining them by hitting them. This can cause the animal to become angry and become a bad pet. There are also those who do it intentionally. Many of these people tend to be younger children who aren't thinking of what they're doing and maybe think it'll be funny. These people do not take into account how the animal feels. Some people harm their animal by kicking it because they are mad about something else. They are taking their anger out on the animal, and it is not even the animal's fault for why they are mad. There are also those who intentionally hurt animals because they enjoy hurting others or because it makes them feel powerful. They will hurt an animal because they think this means they control them, or they may hurt the animal to show control to another person. For example, a husband might hurt the family's pet to show his wife that he could do this to her too. 68% of battered women report violence towards their animals. 80% of these incidents occurred in the presence of the woman and 75% in the presence of the children.
To psychologically control and pressure them. Others simply enjoy the pain and violence. Those who enjoy violence and find the enjoyment in hurting animals. Many of these people most likely suffer from serious psychological problems that will probably not go away on their own. They often need psychological help. Without the help, the psychological problems these people have haunt them for their whole lives. It brings me to tears when I see commercials showing the sad and neglected animals, and it makes me think how I am watching this crying and hardly being able to finish when someone else has the ability to bring this harm on the creature. I feel that if someone is unable to properly care for an animal, they should not be able to have one. I like the adoptions agencies that go through a background check to make sure they are giving their animals to a ready pet owner.
Imagine being trapped in a small wire cage with no way out, forced to live all life, given little food and water. This is how some animals are treated. People do not realize that animals have feelings just like us. They are living organisms, and they have feelings just like us. Not one of us would want to be in that same situation that animal could be put in. So why abuse animals? Stop animal cruelty.